All right, good morning, everyone. Welcome to Up and Moving. My name is Jenna. I'll be leading your workout today. Just a quick little update. You don't need any equipment by any means, but if you want to add a little bit of a challenge, you might want some little hand dumbbells, little weights. If you don't have those, I have some soup cans as always, or you can use a backpack, textbooks, anything that you might have around the house. At the end, we're going to do a little bit of core work. So if you have a nice carpeted area or even a yoga mat to pad yourself a little bit, you might want that, but again, you don't need it. And then yeah, we'll get started, and let me just get into my spot here. All right, so we will start with a warm-up, and then I'll have two different sets of 2 exercises for you. We'll do some core work at the end, and then a little cool down before we get out on this nice, beautiful, sunny Saturday. So we're gonna start just walk in place. Don't worry, we'll up it from here. Make sure you're nice and sweaty by the end of this. So if you have a little bit of space like I do, I like to walk forward and backwards. You can walk around the room, or you can just be in place. A little bit to get that heart rate up. Good, and then as we ease into it, you're just gonna stand here, step, bring your feet together. Don't need to get your arms in it yet. We'll get those in there in a second. So just moving a little laterally here this morning, because we do have some lateral movements in our workout. I want to make sure we're warmed up here. Good, just nice and light on your feet, a little bouncy this morning. And then from here, we're gonna, if you might want something to hold on to, if you have any sort of balance issues, otherwise you can do it standing, but you're just gonna hop, right, left. So you can jump a little bit, or you can just bounce right here in place. But if you have any balance issues, just hold on to something, have it here in case you need to catch yourself. So we're just bouncing, right, left. Wake up those quads a little bit, your hips. Good, and if you're feeling warmed up and you want to add that little jump, you can. Just a little bounce in between. And good. Shake out your legs a little bit. And we're gonna move into jumping jacks. And if you aren't into doing jumping jacks, again, you can just do this nice step, move your arms a little bit. All right. Looks like most of us have our heart rate up. I won't make you do 100 jumping jacks. So from here, I'll show you from the side. You're just gonna step and push your hips forward a little bit. So a nice bend at the knee on this front leg, not too deep. And then you're just pushing your hips forward. Just feel a little stretch in here. From the front, you're standing, little step forward, push your hips forward. Good, and switch legs. So step forward with your other leg, push those hips forward. Keep your back nice and tall, just pushing with our hips. And good. Remember, if you have water with you, feel free to pause at any time today, grab a drink, just hop back in. And we will get started with our first set of exercises. So the first one, I'll show you, then I'll show you some different variations. So first one is just a lateral lunge. You start here in a nice upright position, step to one side, keep this leg straight if you can, bending this leg and sitting our butt back. So you should feel a nice pull here. Try to keep both heels on the ground. From the side, you're here, step out, sit that butt back, and back up. For this one, if you want to add weight, you can grab your weights, put on a backpack, hold a textbook to your chest, whatever you want to do. You're here, step, sit your butt down. I like to sit and hold at the bottom for 2, maybe 3 seconds. And then go the other way and back up. So let's try to do 6 on each side. If you're feeling the challenge this morning, add some weight and hold at the bottom for 2 to 3 seconds. So pick whichever one you want to do and you can jump right in. Really try to make yourself keep those feet flat on the ground. If you can't go that far, even just a nice little bend here is okay. You don't need to go all the way down. Wherever you feel a comfortable stretch. And as we go through this, if you feel like you can get in there a little bit deeper, go ahead and do that. Otherwise, stay wherever you're comfortable. But if you're feeling warmed up and feel like you can get a little deeper stretch, go ahead and try it. Otherwise, maybe on the next set. Shooting for 6 on each side. If you want to do more, you can. If you want to do less, that's okay. And we're only doing 2 sets of all these exercises today. So if you want to go through a 3rd time on your own later, you are more than welcome to do that. Actually, I'll keep these. So good. Looks like most of us are wrapping up there. No rush. Next, we have an upper body exercise. I'm going to keep my hands here for my weights. So this one, just start with them right here, straight arms at your side. And we're just bending at the elbow. And we're coming up to curl. This isn't a normal dumbbell curl. We're going to keep our hands in this nice neutral position and up. So our hands are here and up. If you don't have weight, that's okay. You can just do this without weight. But if you do, nice and controlled, up and down. Let's shoot for 15 to 20 of these. Make sure you go at a nice, consistent pace. We're keeping that upper arm in place, just moving our lower arm. Good. Really engage that core. Try to keep your body upright. Good. Again, shooting for 15 to 20 of these. Good stuff. Take your time and finish up on those. I'm gonna move my camera down just a tiny bit so you can see my feet better over there. Good. And as we finish up with those, we're going to go back to the first exercise, which was that lateral lunge. Again, if you want to wait, go ahead and grab those. We start here, take a nice step out, and sit that butt back. If you're feeling ambitious, a little 2 to 3 second hold at the bottom, and back up. Again, from the side view, step out, bend that knee, and we're sitting our butt back. Little hold, and back up. And then the other side, bend that knee, keep this one straight, and sit your butt back. Good, we're just trying to get about 6 on each side. If you can do more, that's great. If you can't, that's okay too. Try to keep those toes pointed forward a little bit. They don't need to be exactly straight ahead, but don't have them out to the side. Good. And when you're done, I like to keep moving in between exercises. So I'll just walk in place, move around a little bit. We'll wait for everyone to finish up, so don't rush if you're still working. And after this, we're going to those neutral grip curls again. So if you want to grab weights or different weights, go ahead and do that when you're ready. All right, looks like most of us are ready. So you have your weights again, starting with our arms straight at our sides, and we're just bending at the elbow, up towards our shoulders, nice and slow on the way up and on the way down. Good. So our target for these, again, 15 to 20, nice and slow and controlled. If you didn't have a weight last time and you thought it was too easy, go ahead and grab something this time. If you thought it was too hard, maybe go down in weight or drop your weights altogether. That's okay, as long as you're feeling it. Make sure as you get tired, you don't start slouching your back down. Keep that core nice and tight and engaged. Good, almost there. Whew. And when you're done, we'll have a few seconds in between this set and the next one, so you can grab some water. Then we have 2 new exercises before we get into our core and our cool down. Good. Looks like most of us are back and ready to go, so we'll get into this one. The first one we have, going back to our lower body, we're going to do squat jumps today. So don't get too nervous. You don't have to go down all the way for these. Even if you just get here into a quarter squat and you jump, that's perfect. So from the front, you're here, nice quarter squat, get those hands down and help them push you up, okay? If you are in an apartment or on the second floor and you don't want to wake anyone up, you can just do a nice regular squat. You can go here, up on your toes. That's okay too. But the rest of us, we're doing jump squats and we're shooting for 8 to 10. So nice 8 to 10 in a row if you can. If you need a break halfway through, take a break, get back into it. Only 8 to 10. I know you can do it. Good. You should feel a nice burn in those quads. Your heart rate should be up a little bit. I like those because you can get them done quickly, but you definitely feel it. All right, so back to our upper body. Oh, I forgot I was a little mean this morning. This one, I'm going to make you get down on the ground for a second. So these ones, they're called scapula push-ups. So you're not going all the way down like a regular push-up. You're really just pulling your shoulder blades together. So I'll show you from the side. You're here, arms are nice and underneath your shoulders, and you just drop and pinch those shoulder blades together. So notice how my elbows don't even really bend. Just dropping that chest down and pinch those shoulder blades together. I'll show you from the front. You might be able to see my shoulder blades there. So we're here. And pinch those shoulder blades together. Pretend like there's a pencil in the middle of your back and you're trying to pinch it between your scapula. So we're just shooting for 6 to 8 of these. So you're up in a push-up position and you drop your chest down, pinch those shoulder blades. You might need a slight bend in your elbow, but really it should all be in your back. Good stuff. I know I made you do squat jumps and then scapula push-ups. Kind of mean this morning. But when you're done with that, we'll get back up. We have another set of squat jumps to do. All right, take a minute, shake it out, stretch it out, grab some water. We'll give you a second before we get into those squat jumps. All right, looks like most of us are back up on our feet. So again, with the squat jumps, you don't need to go all the way down. You don't need to sit way down here. Just a nice quarter squat, enough to load your legs and push you up. Okay, so try to land nice and softly on your feet when you come down. And a nice continuous squat jump. Again, 8 to 10. If you did 8 last time, try to get 10 this time. Good. Nice job. Keep going. Almost done. The last time I'm going to make you do those today. Good. And then we do have another set of the scapula push-ups. So if you have a spot on the ground, you can go ahead, get down there. No rush. We'll wait a second. If you tried those last time and they were too difficult for you, I will give you a quick little alternative. I hope you at least tried them, but if you can't do those, lay down flat on your back. Try to get your arms on the ground. They might be up a little bit, but try to keep them flat. And you pull your elbows in towards your side. So you're here, arms up, pull your elbows in, pinch your shoulder blades back. Arms up, pull your shoulder blades in. That's your alternative. If that was too difficult for you, I understand. But the rest of us, we're going for 6 to 8 more scapula push-ups. So again, up in a push-up position, but we're not bending too much at our elbow, just dropping our chest and pinching our shoulder blades together. Just 6 to 8. Good stuff. From what I can see, it looks like most of you stuck to the push-up variation, so I love that. After this, we're going to do some core, and it'll be on the ground, so you can actually stay down there. I'm just grabbing water quickly. All right, take your time. Sit down for a minute, let that heart rate come down from those squat jumps still. Then we have 3 core exercises. We'll do them each 2 times. All will be, yes, all are going to be on the ground. So we can stay down here the rest of the workout. After this, we'll do a little cool down. And then for any of you that are on our live Zoom call, if you want to stay on for a minute after, we'll stop the recording. You can hang out and chat for a minute. Let us know what you liked or disliked about the workout. That's okay with me, or just say hi. But it looks like most of us are back, so let's get into this core. First one, we've done this before with me, never came up with a better name. It's dead bug. So again, on our back, hands and feet up in the air, and then you're gonna reach with your opposite arm and opposite leg back. So I'm here, right arm, left leg, reach out, move my chair for myself. So we're here, right arm, left leg back, and back up, and then left arm, right leg. And then you just alternate. So we're shooting for 20 of those total, so 10 on each side. Again, opposite arm, opposite leg, reach back, try not to touch them on the floor, try to keep them hovering just above, and back up. If you can't do 20, that's okay. I'm really pushing you this morning. If you want to break partway through, get a couple more. 20 is our goal, but you don't have to get there. Well done. Looks like most of us have it figured out. Finish up, get to your 20. We are waiting, don't worry. Really want you to get all those reps in if you're feeling it. All right. Looks like most of us are ready to move on. So the next one, you're gonna start again in a push-up position. Don't go there yet, I'll show you so you're not standing there forever. So you're in a push-up position, holding a plank, and then you're gonna reach your arm straight out. So the trick with this one is, so when I reach my right arm, it might be easier to rotate my hips, but we don't wanna do that. Try to keep your hips nice and aligned, and we're just reaching forward. Alternatively, something you can do, touch your opposite shoulder. So we're here, touch this shoulder, back down, make sure you keep your hips nice and straight. If those are too difficult, you can just hold a nice plank, keep that butt down. So I gave you a couple different options, choose your variation, and then we can get started. So we're shooting for 10 total, just 5 on each arm. Again, you're either reaching out or tapping the opposite shoulder or hold a plank. So go ahead, pick the one you want to do. When you get tired, really try to keep those hips forward. Don't start twisting. Good, and we're only going for 10 total there. I know some of us will have trouble holding ourselves up like that. Good, and if you did a plank, you can probably stop. Spend about 20 or 30 seconds now. I have one more core exercise for you, then we'll go through those 3 again. So this one, you're gonna lay on your back, and you can have your hands under your butt just to kind of hold you. So you have your feet out, but instead of just holding here, we're gonna crisscross them. So right over left, left over right, but keep them above the ground the whole time. Okay, if that's too difficult, just try to go here and just hold it. Just hover your feet above the ground. But if you're ready for a challenge, I would say shoot for 10 to 20 total, not each side. If you need a break partway through, rest your feet on the ground, then jump back in. Really try to keep those feet close to the ground, but not touching. Good job, everyone. Looks like we all found our variation we wanted to try. Similar to the upper and lower body exercises, if you want to go through and do a third set of these at the end, you are more than welcome to do that. But we are back into our dead bug. So you're already on your back, you can stay there. Again, we're here, arms and legs up in the air, and we reach that opposite arm, opposite leg back, and back up. And rotate, back up. Shooting for 20 total, 10 each side. If you can't quite get to 20 yet, maybe set that for your goal to try to reach in a couple weeks here. Good job, keep it going. This one, if it felt too easy, maybe you could add a weight in your hand, add a little resistance to it, or you can do more than 20. Do it until you get tired. Good. Looks like we are finishing up there. So we'll get back into these planks. So again, we're here, up in a push-up position. You're either reaching your arms straight out and back down, or touching our opposite shoulder, or you can just hold this plank right here. So if you chose one last time, too easy, too difficult, switch it up this time. Otherwise, you can do the same one. All right, and let's get after it. Remember, try to keep those hips nice and parallel to the ground, no twisting. Shooting for 5 to 10 on each side. Well done. Keep it going. Looks like some of us are going for 10 on each side. I love that. All right, good stuff. Last one. Again, we're on our backs. Hands kind of under our butt. Feet out just above the ground. Right over left, left over right. Crisscross your legs. Shooting for 10 to 20 of these. Really try to keep that back and those hips on the floor. Don't arch your back. Take a little break if you want. Then when you're ready, you jump back in. Good. That is our last core exercise. All of our cool down work can be done from either on the ground or low to the ground. So stay where you're at when you're done. We'll get a few stretches in, and then we'll hang out for a minute after we stop the recording. If you want to jump on and say hi, you are certainly welcome to do that. But again, our next workout is Monday at 5:30, and we offer workouts live 6 days a week. The only day off we have is Sunday. So you're welcome to join us any of those 6 days. Our schedule for our workouts is online at upandmoving.org. That's also how you can join us for the live workouts. Zoom link, Facebook Live are all on there. But let's get into our cool down here. So first, back up a little bit. So sit here, pull one leg in, foot up, and you're just reaching. Don't need to grab your toes, don't need to grab your heel, but if you can, nice spot to grab. If you can't, just a nice reach out onto your shin, hold it for a few seconds, maybe 10 or 12. Good. And we'll switch to the other side. Again, pull that foot in, just like straight out. Try to keep your leg flat on the ground if you can. If you can keep it flat on the ground and only reach to your knee, that's okay. Should just feel a nice stretch behind your leg. Awesome. And because I made you do squat jumps today, we'll stretch our quad. So this one, you can do it from sitting, pull your leg back. You might want to do it laying. So if you're laying, you lay on your side, grab that one foot, pull it to your butt, and really try to keep those knees together. So your knees not way out in front. Try to pull back, knees together. This one can also be done standing, but since we're already on the ground, we're doing it laying today. Good, and your stretch should be in the foot that you're pulling in the front part of your leg and your quad. And then we can switch legs, rotate to the other side. Again, pull that foot back to your butt, and then try to keep those knees together. Should feel a nice stretch right in here. Good. Next, since I made you do those scapula push-ups, it's gonna grab your hands together and push them out, really pulling that back. So as you can see, it should be a nice stretch back in here. So again, hands together, push them out and hold maybe 10 seconds, and then rest. And when you're ready for another little stretch, maybe 10 more seconds. Nice pull. If you want to pull to one side or the other, you can do that. And then rest. Then I have one more stretch for you. This one, you almost have to get up. So you're here. You can do it from your knee though. So should be a nice groin stretch from that lateral lunge we did before. Again, try to keep your foot on the ground. And then when you're ready, you can lift that toe up. You'll get a little bit different stretch. So you can either have your foot on the ground like this or like this, and then lift that toe up, keep that heel on the ground. You get a little bit different spot to stretch. And good, let's go to the other side again. Almost getting up, but we can stay on our knees. Got this leg out, get a little stretch, and when you're ready, lift that toe up, turn that foot, and hold it. So this is our last stretch. After this, we'll stop the recording so you can hang out, say hi after. Our next workout again is on Monday at 5:30. After that, Tuesday, we have a HIIT workout at 6 p.m. And then we have the rest of the week after that. But yes, tomorrow is our day off, so you are free. Thank you for joining this morning, and the recording will be stopped in about 2 seconds here. Have a good rest of your weekend.